Here are Grandma's 29 plus World War II recipes to try today. Toad in the hole. During World War II, cooks like Grandma made the most of simple ingredients, and toad in the hole is a perfect example. This dish combines sausages with a Yorkshire pudding-style batter for a hearty, budget-friendly meal. To make it, place sausages in a hot baking dish, then pour over a batter made from flour, eggs, and milk. Bake until the batter puffs up around the sausages, forming a golden crust. This easy, satisfying meal stretches ingredients further, making it a beloved recipe from the wartime kitchen that still saves money today. Lamb hash. Lamb hash is a perfect way to use leftovers and stretch meals, a technique Grandma mastered during the war years. This dish combines leftover lamb with potatoes, onions, and any available vegetables, all fried together in one pan. To make it, chop the lamb and vegetables into small pieces, then fry them in a bit of fat until crispy and golden. Lamb hash is a hearty, flavorful dish that turns scraps into a satisfying meal, making the most of what you have while keeping costs low. Raspberry sherbet. Raspberry sherbet was a refreshing treat during World War II when rationing made rich desserts scarce. Grandma would create this with just a few ingredients: fresh or canned raspberries, sugar, and meringue. The mixture is pureed, strained, and frozen to make a light, fruity dessert. To recreate it today, blend raspberries with sugar and a splash of milk, then freeze until firm. Minted pineapple. Minted pineapple is a simple yet refreshing dessert that elevates the natural sweetness of pineapple with a burst of minty freshness. To make this dish, start by slicing fresh pineapple into bite-sized pieces. Toss the pineapple with a bit of sugar and finely chopped fresh mint leaves. Then let it chill in the refrigerator for at least an hour to allow the flavors to meld. The mint adds a cool, refreshing contrast to the sweet, juicy pineapple, making this an easy and delicious treat that's perfect for any occasion. Molasses cookies. Molasses cookies are a classic treat that became especially popular during World War II when ingredients like sugar were rationed and molasses served as a sweet substitute. These soft and chewy cookies are made by blending molasses with butter, sugar, and warm spices like ginger and cinnamon. The dough is rolled into balls, coated in sugar, and baked until they're slightly crisp on the edges but soft in the center. The result is a richly flavored, spiced cookie that's perfect for enjoying with a cup of tea or coffee. Spam and eggs. Spam and eggs became a popular meal during times when fresh meat was heavily rationed due to its long shelf life and availability. To make this classic dish, slice the spam into thin pieces and fry it until crispy. In the same pan, scramble or fry some eggs to your liking. The salty, savory flavor of the spam pairs perfectly with the creamy eggs, creating a hearty and satisfying breakfast or dinner. Chicken pot pie. Chicken pot pie is a comforting, all-in-one dish that makes the most of simple ingredients. Start by cooking bite-sized pieces of chicken with a mix of vegetables like carrots, peas, and potatoes in a creamy sauce. Pour the mixture into a pie dish and top it with a flaky pastry crust, then bake until golden brown. The rich, savory filling contrasts beautifully with the crisp crust, making this pot pie a family favorite. Browned roasted potatoes. Browned roasted potatoes are a simple yet delicious side dish that pairs well with almost any meal. To make them, cut potatoes into even-sized chunks, toss them with a bit of oil, salt, and pepper, and spread them out on a baking sheet. Roast in a hot oven until the potatoes are golden brown and crispy on the outside, while tender on the inside. The key to perfect roasted potatoes is high heat and not overcrowding the pan, ensuring every piece is evenly browned and deliciously crispy. All-American hamburgers. All-American hamburgers are a timeless favorite, bringing together juicy beef patties and classic toppings in a satisfying sandwich. To make the perfect hamburger, season ground beef with salt and pepper, then shape it into patties. Grill or pan fry the patties until they reach your desired level of doneness. Serve on a toasted bun with your choice of toppings: lettuce, tomato, pickles, cheese, and condiments like ketchup and mustard. These burgers are a staple of American cuisine, embodying the simplicity and satisfaction of a well-made meal. Jellied grapefruit. Jellied grapefruit is a light, fruity dessert that combines sweet and tart flavors in a refreshing gelatin mold. To prepare, dissolve gelatin in hot water, then stir in grapefruit juice for a tart base. Pour the mixture into a mold and chill until set. The result is a colorful, flavorful dessert that's both visually appealing and delicious. This dish is a delightful way to enjoy fruit in a fun and nostalgic form, perfect for any occasion. Meat stuffed potatoes. Meat stuffed potatoes are a hearty, satisfying dish that makes the most of simple ingredients. To prepare, bake large potatoes until tender, then scoop out the centers and mix the potato flesh with cooked ground meat, onions, and seasonings. Spoon the mixture back into the potato shells, top with a bit of cheese or breadcrumbs, and bake until golden and bubbly. The combination of soft, fluffy potato and savory meat filling makes this dish a comforting, all-in-one meal that's perfect for stretching ingredients and satisfying the whole family. Green pea and nut loaf. Green pea and nut loaf is a flavorful vegetarian dish that combines the sweetness of peas with the crunch of nuts. To make it, blend cooked green peas with chopped nuts, breadcrumbs, and eggs to form a thick mixture. Season with herbs and spices, then press the mixture into a loaf pan and bake until firm and golden. The result is a savory, nutty loaf that's both nutritious and filling. This dish offers a creative way to use pantry staples and provides a satisfying alternative to meat-based meals. Judy's Macaroni Salad. Judy's macaroni salad is a classic dish that became popular during World War II when simple, accessible ingredients were essential. This refreshing salad combines tender pasta with crunchy vegetables and a creamy dressing. To make it, cook elbow macaroni until al dente, then mix with diced celery, bell peppers, and onions for added texture. Stir in a tangy dressing made from mayonnaise, mustard, and vinegar. Chill the salad to let the flavors meld. The result is a flavorful, creamy dish that remains a nostalgic favorite. Date tapioca cream pie. Date tapioca cream pie is a sweet, creamy dessert that combines the chewy richness of dates with the smooth texture of tapioca pudding. To make it, cook tapioca pearls in milk until soft, then stir in chopped dates for natural sweetness. Pour the mixture into a pre-baked pie crust and chill until set. The tapioca creates a silky, custard-like filling, while the dates add a delightful chewiness. This pie is a unique and delicious way to enjoy the flavors of dates and tapioca in a nostalgic dessert. Swedish meatballs. Swedish meatballs are a classic dish featuring tender, spiced meatballs served in a rich, creamy gravy. To make them, mix ground beef or pork with breadcrumbs, eggs, and traditional seasonings like nutmeg and allspice. Form the mixture into small balls and brown them in a pan. Once cooked, simmer the meatballs in a creamy sauce made from broth, cream, and a bit of flour for thickening. Serve the meatballs over noodles or mashed potatoes for a comforting meal that blends savory spices with a luscious sauce. These meatballs are a beloved dish that's both flavorful and satisfying. Fritter fried eggplant. Fritter fried eggplant is a delicious way to turn a simple vegetable into a crispy, flavorful treat. To make this dish, slice eggplant into rounds, dip them in a batter made from flour, eggs, and a touch of seasoning, then fry until golden and crisp. The batter creates a light, crunchy coating that pairs perfectly with the tender eggplant inside. Serve these fritters as a side dish or appetizer and enjoy the satisfying combination of textures and flavors. Lemon garlic lima beans. Lemon garlic lima beans are a bright, flavorful side dish that brings out the best in this often overlooked legume. To prepare, cook lima beans until tender, then toss them in a mixture of lemon juice, minced garlic, and a drizzle of olive oil. The lemon adds a refreshing zing, while the garlic provides a savory depth of flavor. This simple preparation transforms lima beans into a delicious and nutritious dish that's perfect alongside roasted meats or as part of a vegetarian meal. Sponge cake. Sponge cake is a light, airy dessert that requires just a few basic ingredients to create something truly delightful. To make it, beat eggs and sugar together until thick and pale, then gently fold in sifted flour to create a delicate batter. Bake in a well-greased pan until the cake is golden and springs back to the touch. This versatile doitel cake can be enjoyed on its own, dusted with powdered sugar, or dressed up with fresh fruit and whipped cream. Sponge cake is a timeless dessert that's easy to make and always a crowd pleaser. Sausage casserole. Sausage casserole is a hearty, comforting dish that combines savory sausages with vegetables and a rich sauce, all baked together to perfection. To prepare, brown sausages in a pan, then layer them in a casserole dish with sliced potatoes, onions, and carrots. Pour over a simple gravy or tomato sauce, cover, and bake until the vegetables are tender and the sausages are cooked through. The result is a flavorful, warming meal that's perfect for feeding a crowd or enjoying as leftovers the next day. Baked onions. Baked onions are a simple yet flavorful side dish that brings out the natural sweetness of the onions while adding a touch of richness. To make them, peel whole onions and cut a small X in the top of each one. Place them in a baking dish, drizzle with olive oil or dot with butter, and bake until they are tender and caramelized. The onions become soft and sweet with a lightly browned exterior that adds depth to any meal. Old-fashioned applesauce. Old-fashioned applesauce is a simple, comforting dish that has been a favorite in kitchens for generations. To make it, peel and core apples, then cook them down with a bit of water, sugar, and cinnamon until they're soft and easily mashed. The result is a sweet, slightly spiced sauce that can be enjoyed warm or chilled. This versatile yodokal recipe can be used as a side dish, a dessert, or even a topping for pancakes or pork. The simplicity of this applesauce makes it a timeless classic, perfect for capturing the flavors of autumn. Scalloped potatoes with ham. Scalloped potatoes with ham is a hearty, comforting dish that was especially popular in the 1940s when Grandma made the most of leftovers. Thinly sliced potatoes are layered with chunks of ham and smothered in a creamy sauce, then baked until bubbly and golden. The ham adds a savory, smoky flavor to the rich, cheesy potatoes, creating a dish that's both filling and flavorful. This recipe is perfect for using up leftover ham and turning simple ingredients into a delicious meal that's sure to satisfy the whole family. Pimiento cheddar spread. Pimiento cheddar spread is a tangy, creamy spread that was a staple in 1940s kitchens. Made by blending sharp cheddar cheese with chopped pimientos, mayonnaise, and a touch of seasoning. The bright red pimientos add a pop of color and a mild sweetness that complements the rich, sharp cheese. Easy to make and full of flavor, this spread is a versatile addition to any snack or meal, bringing a touch of nostalgia to your table. Creamed browned potatoes. Creamed browned potatoes are a comforting dish that combines the rich flavor of browned potatoes with a creamy sauce. To prepare, slice potatoes and brown them in a bit of butter or oil until they develop a golden crust. Then add a simple cream sauce made from milk, flour, and butter and simmer until the potatoes are tender and coated in the creamy mixture. This dish is a perfect side for roasted meats or as a standalone meal, offering a rich, satisfying flavor that harkens back to Grandma's kitchen. Poorman's cake. Poorman's cake is a budget-friendly dessert that became popular during the Great Depression and World War II, when ingredients like eggs and butter were scarce. This cake is made by simmering raisins with water, sugar, shortening, and warm spices like cinnamon and cloves. Flour and baking soda are then mixed in to create a simple batter. The cake is baked until golden and firm, resulting in a moist, spiced cake that's rich in flavor with the added sweetness of raisins. Grandma's Italian meatballs. Grandma's Italian meatballs are a beloved family classic, bursting with rich flavor. To prepare, mix ground beef and pork with breadcrumbs, Parmesan cheese, minced garlic, and fresh parsley. Add eggs and a splash of milk to bind the mixture, then season with salt, pepper, and Italian seasoning. Roll into small balls and brown in a hot pan until golden. Simmer the meatballs in marinara sauce to let the flavors meld. Serve over pasta or with crusty bread for a comforting, hearty Italian meal. Quick tomato soup. Quick tomato soup is a simple, comforting dish that can be made in minutes with just a few pantry staples. Start by sautéing onions and garlic in a pot, then add canned tomatoes, broth, and a touch of sugar to balance the acidity. To achieve your desired soup consistency, use a potato masher or for a perfectly smooth texture. Without a blender, strain the soup through a fine mesh sieve. This easy recipe was a go-to for most families during the war, when quick, nourishing meals were essential. Serve with toasted bread for a classic, satisfying meal that's perfect for any time of day. English muffins. English muffins were a thrifty food during World War II, made from simple, readily available ingredients like flour, yeast, and milk. The dough is mixed, allowed to rise, and then shaped into small, round portions. Instead of being baked in an oven, the muffins are cooked on a griddle, saving on fuel. The result is a soft, chewy bread with a slightly crisp exterior, perfect for splitting, toasting, and serving with minimal toppings like butter or jam, making it a practical and satisfying choice during rationing. Corned beef hash and eggs. Corned beef hash and eggs is a hearty, all-in-one meal that's perfect for breakfast or dinner. To make it, cook diced potatoes, onions, and corned beef together in a skillet until everything is browned and crispy. Top the hash with fried or poached eggs for a satisfying dish that combines savory flavors and textures. This meal was especially popular during World War II when canned corned beef was a pantry staple. It's a simple, comforting recipe that makes the most of affordable ingredients while delivering big flavor. Gingerbread oatmeal cookies. Gingerbread oatmeal cookies are a delightful treat that combines the warm spices of gingerbread with the hearty texture of oatmeal. To make them, mix together oats, flour, brown sugar, molasses, and a blend of spices like cinnamon, ginger, and cloves. Bake until the cookies are golden and slightly chewy. These cookies were a favorite in Grandma's kitchen, especially during the holidays, offering a comforting spice flavor that's perfect with a glass of milk. Fried rabbit. Fried rabbit is a savory dish that transforms a simple ingredient into a flavorful, crispy delight. To prepare, marinate rabbit pieces in buttermilk or seasoned water for a few hours to tenderize the meat. Then dredge the pieces in a seasoned flour mixture, coating them thoroughly. Fry the rabbit in hot oil until the exterior is golden brown and the meat is cooked through. This dish was especially popular in rural areas where hunting provided a vital source of protein. Woolton pie. Woolton pie, named after Lord Woolton, the British Minister of Food during World War II, was a staple in wartime kitchens. This hearty vegetable pie was created to make the most of rationed ingredients. To prepare it, layer a variety of diced vegetables like potatoes, carrots, turnips, and onions in a pie dish. Then top with a thick mashed potato crust. The pie is baked until golden and bubbling, creating a satisfying, meatless meal that was both nutritious and filling. Chicken salad party sandwiches. Chicken salad party sandwiches are a classic, crowd-pleasing dish that's perfect for gatherings or light lunches. To make the chicken salad, combine diced cooked chicken with mayonnaise, celery, and a touch of mustard or lemon juice for flavor. Spread the mixture on soft bread and cut the sandwiches into small, party-sized portions. The creamy, savory filling paired with soft bread makes these sandwiches a timeless favorite for any occasion. 3-bean baked beans. 3-bean baked beans are a flavorful, protein-packed dish that makes a hearty side or main course. To prepare, mix together 3 types of beans, such as kidney, pinto, and navy beans, with a rich sauce made from molasses, brown sugar, mustard, and tomatoes. Bake the mixture slowly until the beans are tender and the sauce is thick and savory. It's an economical, satisfying recipe that stretches ingredients while delivering robust flavor. Calico scrambled eggs. Calico scrambled eggs is a colorful, nutrient-packed breakfast dish that incorporates a variety of vegetables. To make it, whisk eggs with a bit of milk, then cook them slowly in a pan with diced vegetables like bell peppers, tomatoes, onions, and spinach. The mix of colors and textures creates a visually appealing and delicious meal. This dish is a great way to use up leftover vegetables and add extra nutrition to your breakfast, making it both economical and healthy. Lentil curry. Lentil curry is a nourishing and flavorful dish that became popular during World War II as a thrifty, plant-based meal option. Made with lentils, which were affordable and protein-rich, this curry combines cooked lentils with a blend of aromatic spices such as cumin, turmeric, and coriander. Onions, garlic, and tomatoes are sautéed to create a rich base, and the lentils are simmered in the mixture until tender and infused with flavor. The result is a hearty, spiced curry that's both comforting and nutritious, perfect for serving over rice or with flatbread. For more contents like this, click here to subscribe.